So yeah, Caitlin Clark's rookie season was absolutely historic. We know that. And we know, let's be real, there's no rookie season this year that comes remotely close to the way Caitlin Clark played last season. There's, look, Paige has been great. And I think, I'm going to be honest when I'm talking about Paige Bueckers, I think her rookie season is very comparable to Angel Reese's rookie season. I think their teams are going to end up with a very similar win percentage. Like Angel Reese, when she got, I think her team was when she got injured, they were 13-21. They lost 6 games in a row to end, or they lost 5. They won 1, sorry, and they lost 5 out of 6 to end the year, and they lost 20. Well, they lost 27 games, so they were 13-22 or 12-22. That is the record that Angel Reese's team had last year, when she got injured. And record does matter, not to the extent they were a lot better than the Wings are this year. Definitely a lot better than the Wings are this year. Ironically, they're better than the Sky are this year as well. Quite a lot better than the Sky are this year. But if you're going to use wins in terms of breaking the rebounding record, especially at the start of the year, the defense Angel Reese played, I think there is a comparison there between Paige and Angel Reese's rookie year. And for Paige is going to have to average 20 points per game the rest of the year to score more points per game than Caitlin Clark. But one thing is very clear. Paige Bueckers is literally one of the least clutch players in the WNBA. And by the way, this is coming off a game where she actually got a crazy and one and hit a huge 3-point shot where she had an 11.4 quarter. This was the best clutch game she had played down the stretch all year. This was the best she had played. Because she had stunk it up through 3 quarters. Actually, no, she was good in the first, stunk it up for 2 quarters, and then was great in the fourth. So, ironically, this is one of those games where I should be defending Paige Bueckers, because I actually do think there is a potential for Paige Bueckers to, maybe develop the clutch gene. Maybe I'm wrong to say, even despite the fact that she has a talent to be the best player in the WNBA, and I don't say that about that many players. Players with the talent to be the best player in the WNBA right now are Fee, Aja, who are arguably the 2 best players in the WNBA. Stewie, if she remembers how to shoot the ball, but I think she's kind of on the back 9 of her career. Just with the Achilles tear, so many, and playing overseas and the 4 years at UConn, so many miles on her body. She's an old 30, even though she's still a good player. I think Sarah Strong has the talent. I don't think Juju does. I think Juju is a highlight player more so than, I know her team was a high seed. I think she's a highlight player more than anything. But I think Paige, and obviously Paige and Caitlin, I think they have the talent to be the best player in the world. I think Paige is in that conversation. Paige has so much talent. A lot of people think that I'm hating on Paige Bueckers, and I am hating on Paige Bueckers. But I am not out here going to say that Paige Bueckers is not one of the most talented guards the sport has ever seen. I'm hating on Paige Bueckers because she frustrates me. That is literally it. And I always say this when I'm comparing the two players. It's the ideal player is somewhere in between Paige Bueckers' passiveness and risk averseness and Caitlin Clark's ultra aggression, go, 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 go. I'm going to take so many risks I'm going to take a risk on every possession. The ideal player is somewhere in between, but if there's 2 extremes, I'm taking the aggressive player over the passive player every single time. But now Paige Bueckers fans are literally making stuff up. So I saw this tweet, it's I'm cracking up at them starting a whole discourse about Caitlin's clutch threes while Caitlin is literally 0% in her career. Gag is, I don't think anyone knew that before tonight. I've never seen anyone bring it up. Caitlin Clark hit a game-icing 3 with 40 seconds to go. Clutch time is the last 5 minutes of a game within 5 points. In her 5th game as a pro, in her 5th game, with 2 minutes to go, she hits a 3 to make it a 7-point game. Then the Sparks come down, hit another couple of threes. And then she hits another 3 to make it when they bring it back. They brought it back to 2-point game. She's another 3 to ice the game, make it 5 with 30-something seconds to go, and it's game over. She did that. She hit a 3. I don't know I think it was in the last 5 minutes, the 3 she hit against the Sun. It may or may not have been in the last 5 minutes, but Paige Bueckers is going to, and Caitlin Clark has the most clutch points for any player in WNBA history on pretty okay efficient, or any rookie in WNBA history on pretty decent efficiency last year. Is she Kelsey Mitchell in the clutch? Hell no. She's not Kelsey Mitchell in the clutch. Is she the greatest clutch player in the world? No. Caitlin's had some stinkers in the clutch. But like Caitlin Clark hit a clutch 3 to put them up 1 in the playoffs game 2. I know they didn't win the game in the end. And at the end of the day, like this season, Caitlin Clark has actually shot pretty poorly in the clutch. I think, actually, no, I don't think the Connecticut Sun one counted. Because it must have been a little bit longer, because I think she's something like 0 for 6 from 3 in the clutch, which again isn't enough a sample size to think anything of. But when it comes to Paige, for me, it's just every single game the Dallas Wings play is close and they lose them all. Like the Dallas Wings are literally the worst team in WNBA in the clutch. And the problem is now is you've got the Paige Bueckers fans lying. And I saw the post and it was one of the funniest posts I've ever seen. And by the way, like I don't mind if there are Paige Bueckers fans or like UConn fans that are hyping up their player. There is a world, like, you know what? Sometimes you can be backing the wrong horse for so long and something just flips. Like you can be wrong, and then that player just has an off season where everything changes. And you know what? You can say, "Oh, I was right all along." Like, and Paige Bueckers is good enough that could happen. That very well could happen. So all the people on the Paige Bueckers hype train, I think you're crazy if you think Paige Bueckers is better right now. We saw when the two of them played against each other. Paige Bueckers passed the ball to Caitlin Clark as many times as she passed the ball to her teammates for a score. But if you're looking at the Wings, lost in a close one versus the Storm, lost in a close one versus the Liberty, lost in a close one versus the Wings, versus the Dream. They blitzed the garbage Suns. They lost in a close one versus the Sky. This was closer than the score suggests. They lost in a close one versus Sky. They lost in a close one versus the Storm. I'm going to talk close games, where games that I'm like, were not like super duper close, but games where I'm like, they had a chance to win and they just didn't do it down the stretch. I think one of these Storm games, this one wasn't a close game. They just kind of went from like 15-9. So games they had a chance of winning. 0 of 1, 0 of 2. Actually, no, they were down big and they pulled it back. So 0 of 1, 0 of 2, 0 of 3, 0 of 4. This game, I think Sparks pulled away a little bit. They lost. They were up 13 points in this game here. They were literally up 13 points. The Golden State Valkyries had just lost half their teams that game. And in fairness, Paige Bueckers did, in fact, she made her first clutch field goal in this game because she leaked out and scored a wide open layup. She did, in fact, make her first clutch field goal in this game. So 1. So they're 1-6 in close games. 2-6 against the Connecticut Sun, who at that time had, like, and I mean this when I say it is, like, if you look at this game right here, I'm not counting this one as a win because they were so far ahead. Like, the Dallas Wings, were they not a good bit ahead late in that game? It was a 6 points with 2 minutes. Maybe they just kept hitting them with haymakers. I don't know. Why did I think? Maybe, yeah, this was a close game, I guess. This was a close game. Oh, no, was this the Enrique? No, it was the order. Sorry, it was the order one that they were right ahead. So, yeah, like, okay, cool. 2-6. They lost this one after making actually a decent comeback. And Paige did hit a huge shot in this game, 2-7. They won this game comfortably. This was a really close game. They just choked. They were way down, brought it back. They had a chance, 2-8. They won this one. I thought this was a bit more comfortable than that, but okay, cool, 3-8. They won this game. Like, they were in control of this one. 3-9, the Sky game, they should have won that game. This Indiana Fever game, they got blitzed. 3-10 in close games. I'm not counting this one as a close game. They nearly blew a 30-point lead in this game. And then 3-11. Like, they are embarrassingly bad in the clutch as a team. And by the way, like, I actually think that if Paige Bueckers fans want to argue that this season Caitlin Clark hasn't been great in the clutch, and that, like, her game against Connecticut was similar to Paige's game against Atlanta, what she kind of carried after stinking it up for a while. And I think that's kind of the best argument they can have, is that this season Caitlin's not been that great in the clutch. But they have to go and, like, make up stats. I think I mentioned it earlier. I saw a comment from a Paige Bueckers fan that was just the funniest thing, and I forgot to say what it was. Basically, what it was I can't even support. It's so hard to support my favorite on social media because all other fans have to do is, it's hard to support my favorite when most of our fans are TikTokers who've never watched the sport, or TikTok watchers who've never watched the sport of basketball before. It's so hard to defend with basketball takes when rival fans can just quote the TikToker blatantly lying and they win the argument. And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly it. It's exactly it. And it's like my whole thing about Paige Bueckers is I think Paige is really freaking good. I think Paige is really, really freaking good. And I think it's hard. It's hard to I think it's really, you can't in good faith say that Paige Bueckers is a better player right now than what Caitlin Clark was as a rookie. But if you want to make the argument of Paige has been better this season, I'll concede to that because Caitlin's been injured. I will absolutely concede to that. But Paige has been not even remotely close to Caitlin Clark as a rookie. The problem is that it's flipped, and it's people that don't actually watch and don't care. They just want to find who's going to be the next Caitlin, and they're finding players. It's like when who's going to be the next LeBron, and remember for years it was like, is this player is now better than LeBron whenever anyone had a decent season? And it was like, no. It took realistically till Giannis in 2021 by the time someone was really definitely better than LeBron. But that's the thing, like we have, is this player better? And we might be jumping the gun on Fee Collier over AJ Wilson as well. Like we might be jumping the gun on that one. And Fee's definitely had a better season. But honestly, I think Paige has definitely had a better season just purely based on health than Caitlin Clark. In the clutch, Paige has been, they've both been probably equally as bad in the clutch, but I thought Caitlin Clark was great in the clutch last year. I thought she was really, really good in the clutch. And all around, when it comes to these arguments, it's so easy to pick apart people in the Paige and Caitlin debate because everything is about efficiency. But like the Caitlin Clark was a more efficient scorer as a rookie than Paige Bueckers is this year. And everything is about, like, remember it was all Paige is better because she's more efficient and she's won a championship and she wins. She's going to lead the wins. And I'm like, in the pros, Caitlin's been more efficient. Like, she has been more efficient in the pros. And my favorite part about all this is that if you compare their college careers, first of all, UConn couldn't beat Caitlin. But Sonia Citron is the uber efficient lockdown defender wing who's been a winning player. And in my opinion, the argument the Paige Bueckers fans use against Caitlin, first of all, isn't even based on any stats. They just read field goal percentage, not realizing that, 3-pointers are worth one more. And second of all, the most efficient all-star level rookie isn't Paige Bueckers. It's Sonia Citron. But I mean this when I say this. If you are arguing Sonia Citron is rookie of the year, you're doing so in bad faith as well. I think arguing Sonia Citron is rookie of the year this year is like arguing Angel Reese was rookie of the year last year. Like, you are doing it in bad faith. You're doing it just to spite Paige. Just like you argued Angel Reese at that time just to spite Caitlin. We're not doing that. Paige is the rookie of the year. Paige is a top 5 rookie. Paige is absolutely a top 5 rookie since Stewie. Like, who are the best rookies since Breanna Steward? Fee, Arike. I don't count Crystal Dangerfield in the wobble. Crystal Dangerfield, probably. Like, the best rookies since... I think Paige been better than Leah as a rookie. So I'll go Paige. Caitlin 1. Possibly Crystal Dangerfield 2. As far as like rookies, just purely based on a rookie season. I'm not even gassing it with Crystal Dangerfield at 2. 3, Aja probably since Stewie. 4, you probably go Paige at 4 and Aaliyah at 5. All elite. All absolutely elite. But, like, clearly the best rookie since Candace Parker was Caitlin Clark. Clearly the best rookie since Candace Parker. Although, again, like, 17 points per game for the 4th seed, Crystal Dangerfield, might have an argument somewhere. 14 and 8, 4th seed in the wobble, 17 points per game. Like, I know I know it was like a complete like it was year 3 Maisha Hines Allen made all WNBA. Like the wobble was weird. Courtney Vandersloot like nearly averaged 10 assists per game, but like it's such a small sample size. Either way, it's just if you're arguing Paige will be better than Caitlin Clark. I think trying to argue that Paige is a better player than Caitlin Clark, I think it's a crazy take to make at this point in time, but I don't like. I think it's valid at times, but like arguing that Paige Bueckers is having a better rookie year than Caitlin Clark by using the fact that using fake stats for me is the dumbest thing you can do, because the easiest thing to do is it then gets to the stage where nobody cares about the actual arguments and whether they be actually legit or not, because the fake stats are all that matters. Or is all the people are going to show. People can just show fake stats. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. And these are like intentionally faked. These are completely misleadingly fake stats. And in fairness, I got to be better for that myself. I have 1,000,000% quoted fake stats. I have quoted fake stats on Twitter before. I think I've quoted them in videos before. So I need to get better at that. I have 1,000,000% quoted fake stats to make a point that I've been duped by fake stats. So I need to get better at that, but definitely I'm like, this one is the most obvious because she's like, it's such an iconic shot against the LA Sparks in crunch time to ice a game. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.